everybody. Welcome to Bid Nerds, your daily nerd out on the most interesting car of the day from all the automotive enthusiast auction sites. My name is John Polnik. There's my name. It's down below us, which means it must be true. We're recording the show out of the Container Park in downtown Las Vegas, along with my partner Michael Deeb in apparently freezing cold San Francisco. Hello, Michael Deeb. How are you?
Oh my God! 3 days in a row wearing this jacket. I think I'm actually starting to get hot. Take it off. But it's cool, but not freezing.
Cool, but not freezing. It's glad to see that the world is still around. If you're watching this in the future, which you probably are, the world may have ended by now. Who knows if that's true? Yeah. So this is, hey, you're watching the Fresh Nerds. Man, what do we do on this channel? We find the most interesting car of the day. We have a conversation about it. We talk about what it's worth, what we think it's worth, and we make a prediction as to what we think is going to happen with its auction. And then we shoot into the future at the end of the episode, and we tell you what happened with its auction. We have a discussion about the results. So we really encourage you guys to play along. It's been really cool. Ray and some other people have been putting their bids on in the comments below, and that's really fun to watch and see that these guys are getting better and better at it as we go, and we really appreciate you guys being the early adopters, being the people that are watching the show regularly and subscribing and liking. That really helps out the show, and we really we do it because we love it. We're not making any money because there's only 8 of you, but we appreciate the 8 of you, so that's awesome. All right, so today's most interesting car, this is the, we if you're a fan of the show, it kind of seems like we keep coming back to some of the same stuff, but we've seen, this is one of those cars where we've just seen a bunch of them ranging all over the place, from the crappiest ones to the nicest ones, and this might be the nicest one I've seen maybe so yet. Cool. This thing is bitching. What is this?
We love our friends at TWA, Driving All Awesome, the boys from Santa Cruz that have a fantastic podcast and occasionally invite us on some really cool rallies. But they used to do something called a 2-car solution. And I'm telling you, JP, in my 2-car solution, it's an air-cooled 911 and this actual 2008 Porsche Cayenne GTS. Now, I know we're guilty of covering one of these every other week, but JP, I picked this car 100% for you. This Cayenne is offered at Greensboro, North Carolina. It's a 2008 with 69,000 original miles, 6-speed manual, and wait for it, JP, because you've driven in one Cayenne with this option. It has PDCC. Woo! So we covered a car like this about a week ago that was, or 2 weeks ago, that was meteor gray with a tan interior. Beautiful condition, almost too nice to go and beat up the way you and I would drive a car like this. But this one got the right miles, the right equipment, the right color, and it's on the right platform. It's on Cars and Bids, so it's going to be like, it's going to go for a little less money than it should. So I just picked this car for you, JP. I know you just bought 2 black Porsches, and you probably don't want to spend the money on another black Porsche. But if it was ever a car that was going to make you reconsider being foolish with your money, I think it's this Cayenne right here on this platform this week. So JP, while the sky is falling, will seller of this Cayenne get your money? I think you should. This car looks to be in excellent condition. John, really quickly, no modifications. This car's all stock. Got 2 little, scratches that you would expect on a car of this age. It's only sitting at $33,000 with about 3 days to go, and it's got all the right equipment with the 21-inch wheels, the light comfort package. It's got black roof rail. It's got PCM. It's got Bose. But the PDCC is so rare on these. So to find a all-black car with PDCC and a manual transmission, JP, I found your car. Eureka, it's right here. I love the car. I think it'll do well. I think sell because I think that the Porsche community knows what this is. But I'm shocked that it's on Cars and Bids. I think it would bring more money on PCAR, and it would definitely bring more money on BAT. So could you steal it or rip it on this platform? Maybe. So what do you think, John? You love it or what?
Yeah, you're right. I absolutely love this thing. I'm a little bit giddy. I even like the bike racks on the roof. This really, could be one of the most fun cars imaginable. So guys, I don't know if I'm frozen up or not. Let's see here. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you just fine. Your video was frozen, but anyway, it was the car, and you were giving us on take on why you like these. Now I know you've owned one, but this one seems like one you'd hang on to for a while.
Yeah, I have owned one of these, but it didn't have, like you said, it didn't have PDDC. I also had a turbo, non-manual. They didn't make manual turbos. That did have PDDC, and I can tell you firsthand, the PDDC really is worth the extra poop.
Totally.
The big question is it going to bring big money? This color combination is awesome. It would look really good in my garage next to the other black cars. But the big question is, with things being a little bit rocky or looking at getting rockier, is it going to bring the same money as the other one? I mean, this is where you want to spend time in. It's got the black interior. The other one had all that beigeness. And really, the one I owned was black on beige. And let me tell you, that beige interior is hard to get by. It is is not a place that you want. It's only fun to drive at night because you can't really see how ugly the interior is. This one, on the other hand, is just a place that you want to spend all your time. If there's going to be an end of the world, go drive your manual Cayenne around. I mean, gas prices are shooting up and everything like that. These things do not get good fuel economy, but who cares? Just spend all your savings in the fuel tank and just love it. Yes, I want it. Will I be bidding on it? Probably not. But what do you think? So what do you think this is going to bring?
JP, that Meteor one we covered the other day brought like $68,000, and it was on Brit trailer. This car essentially has twice as many miles, and it's on cars and bids. So while that car brought nearly $70,000, I think this car is just going to be a lot closer to reality. So I wrote down $50,000 when I assessed this car, and I'm going to leave my bid right there. I think that's around a fair value for it. It could bring a little more, but it also might bring a little less. And if it does, at $45,000, JP, I don't know how you stand on your wallet. I would think you'd be pretty seriously tempted if it didn't reach $50,000 and it's sold. I think you'd be kicking yourself for not jumping on this car. So let's see what happens. It's still got a couple days to go, and it's at $33,000 right now. We don't get big flurries at the end on cars and bids like we do on the other platforms. So I don't know, just reading the tea leaves and looking at what the equipment is here, I think $50,000 will do it.
Does it say how many owners, and is there any more maintenance? Are there any more maintenance records other than just that one oil change?
Yeah, 4 owners, JP, and I don't know about the records. No,
yeah, because that's one thing about this car. That's a big variable. There are a lot of things that fail on these. Now, one good thing is the engines are rock solid. You never hear of the engines blowing up like on, say, a 996 or a 997 or anything like that. But there's some pretty big, heavy maintenance items. Clutch on this is at least $5,000.
Really?
High pressure fuel pumps. And now the other thing too is that they put pretty big clutches in them. Like, I've never heard of the clutch failing until around 100,000 miles or more. Like, I had a 6-cylinder manual for a while as well, and that one had 150,000 miles on it, and I let Lee Patet drive it, and he tried his damnedest to burn it out. Love you, Lee, but you can't drive a clutch. Man, the smell is still in my nose, and that was 3 years ago.
Hi, Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee. We love you, brother. No, look, this thing, the high-pressure fuel pumps are $3,000. You've got drive shafts go bad. Coil packs. The coil packs for all 8 of them. That's going to be that's $400 a coil pack. So do that math. Jeez. I mean, it's not cheap to keep one of these on the road. So kind of like old 996s and 997s, you got to really look at that maintenance schedule and maintenance history and go, all right, am I better to buy one with 80,000 miles that's had all the stuff fixed? Or getting this one at about 70,000 miles without any of that stuff done, you're going right into that window where all those things are going to start popping up as requirements. And that leads me to, as much as I love this car, I'm going to continue to be bearish. I'm going to say 45, and it doesn't sell. I think that this is FTS waiting to happen. I think this person I mean, they've got the license plate that says GTS 6-speed, so they absolutely know what it is. They're putting it out there. They've been watching the market. They've seen that $60,000, $70,000 one on the other platforms. They couldn't get on BAT fast enough, so they chose, because it takes so long to get on there. So they chose this platform instead. And I think they probably have expectations of a much, much higher number, probably closer to the high 50s is my guess, because it's definitely a better colorway. But yeah, I think it stalls out at 45 tops. What do you guys think? Is my number way off? Do you think this people are going to be clamoring for this, and this is going to be an exception for Cars and Bids? We've seen some pretty strong stuff for Cars and Bids on Porsches where we were surprised by that.
Yeah.
But Cars and Bids happens to be a really good platform when you have a Cayenne that has been set up for off-road, or an X3 or an X5 that's been for that. They've actually done pretty good with those. They kind of started that whole craze. This isn't
a lot
that.
Of Jeeps.
And Land Cruisers and stuff like that.
Right.
All right, guys, if you're watching, put in your bid now. See if you're better at it than us, and we will find out how much it goes for right after this future. Hey guys, I'm super excited to tell you about our sponsor, Guys Customs. That's Guys, GYX _customs. That's how you spell it. Guys Customs bracelets. These things are amazing. Check them out. They're handmade in America, custom bracelets made to match your watch or your car. These things are unbelievable. I have 3 or 4 of them myself. My partner Michael Deeb has a bunch of them. They're pretty addictive once you get one. Each one of them are bespoke. We're talking carbon fiber. We're talking titanium. We're talking stainless steel, glass. There's none of this cheap Chinese garbage that you see a lot of bracelets being made out there. These ones are super high quality. They're made right here in America. When you go to Guys Customs on Instagram, it's about the only place that you can order one of these. When you DM the artist, you're actually reaching the real artist when you DM Guys Customs at Instagram. And she will make you a bracelet made to match that special watch, that special car, or that special person that has a special watch or a special car, and they want something really, really cool in their life. They make the most amazing gifts. I get compliments on mine all the time. Everywhere I go, people are like, wow, that's really cool. You can see in the pictures, these beads, the colored beads are PTS. They're paint to sample. So if you have a specific color code for your car, she'll have beads made that are specifically painted to match your car or your watch. It's unbelievable. You got to get one of these Guys Customs bracelets. Check them out. They support us, and we really, really, really want to support them. Guys Customs bracelets. All right, let's get back to the bids. Let's find out how much that car sold for today. All right, guys, welcome to the future. We are here. Look at that. The future is a cool place because look who's here. Lane Skelton from DWA.
Who left the door unlocked?
Why wouldn't everyone want to be in the future? The past is lame. Lane is here now. Welcome, Lane. Thanks for being a third nerd this week, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. I'm stoked to be on the show. I've been missing for a while. I'm just glad to have you guys back in my life.
You're gonna come and visit us in just a few weeks here in SEMA, right?
Yeah,
I just had a meeting with the property manager. The creator party here is a go, so we're going to go ahead and do that on November 1st. I'll make a little promo for that and let everybody know.
I'll be out there. I'll be out there for sure.
Holy free holies. We'll have to do a live show with Lane in studio.
Yeah.
That'll just be awesome. All right, so look, you're watching the show. You're going, will you please get to this what happened with the auction on this Cayenne? This is a pretty dope Cayenne.
JP, did you buy it?
Quickly, I did not. I wish I did. I wanted to. Quickly give us a refresher and give Lane a chop.
I picked this car for you. 2008 Porsche Cayenne GTS with a 6-speed manual, only 69,000 miles, in black on black, and with the unicorn option PDCZ. JP, this was your car. You were supposed to buy it and then sell it to me. Same way I'm going to sell Lane my 914.
I have two broken 911s. I can't buy any. I got to save all my money for fixing 911s apparently right now.
This car actually has a tow rating that would allow you to tow broken 911s to the mechanic. On Cars and Bids, Lane offered to us out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Again, 70,000 miles, PDCC, no nonsense. What do you think?
I think it's super cool. I mean,
Right,
that's
the one.
great looking Cayenne. I am going at this like if it's like you going to someone on the street that you're like, "Are you into cars?" Like, no, and you're like, "How much would this go for?" That's me with this car. I literally have not ever I have no idea what these cost. Like, $3,000. No, it's pretty low miles, 6 speed, a bare PVC. Okay, I'm gonna go 45.
That's not a bad guess. That's
Crazy?
really not a bad guess. Okay, so let's just go over it again. GP, and you guessed same. You guessed 5,000.
Hold on, Deeb, you're breaking up there a little bit. What was my bid?
JP and Lane both bid $45,000. I bid $50,000, and our car sold on Cars and Bid for $51,750 on a whopping 61 bids, was our high total for the week. That's the most amount of bids we got, 61 on this Cayenne. So I'll just go back to you, Lane. What do you think? Does it seem like a value for an E1 Cayenne in today's market?
Like I said, I have no clue. Like, I came into this so blind. Like, I'm stoked I was within whatever percentage of it, 10%. And I was spot on with Mr. Cayenne himself, JP over here.
Yeah. So. JP, what do you think of that result? 51,000 for an E1 Cayenne. I mean, it's comfortably under 100,000 miles. It's got the PDCC. I still think that's a fair value. What about you?
These are called E1s, isn't it? A 958?
I only mean from the first platform. So an internal code, it's the first generation. It doesn't denote if it's a .1 or .2. It's just that first platform, and that's what they at the parts desk. So
so it's a 955?
No, it is a 958. Okay. So there's 957, 958. It's just a .2 E1. Gotcha. It's if that makes any sense. Look, this thing is so awesome. I mean, look, one of my favorite bits that DWA always does is the one car solution, the 3 car solutions, the solution thing. It's like you have a garage, you only have room for 2 cars. What 2 cars do you get? This is one that should be on, if you're limited to a couple of cars, this is one that should be on everyone's list, unless it's a budget list, because these are no longer cheap. A minute ago, look, a GTS Cayenne with a regular Tiptronic transmission, you're looking at 20, 25 grand for the nicest one there is. This being a manual and with PDCC makes it something of a unicorn. Money was left on the table because this car was on Cars and Bids. If this were on BAT, I think there's $5,000 to $10,000 that could have been had. Because this is the nicest one of these I think we've ever seen. Usually when we see a black one, it's that sea of beige interior, or it doesn't have PDCC, or it has high miles, or right, an accident on the thing. This has everything. This has all the right options, the right color combination, clean Carfax, low miles, maintenance, and it even has the Porsche factory rack on the top. I mean, this is the one you want if you want this vehicle. I am very, very jelly of this thing. And it's the crazy thing is if you have a Macan, I have a Macan GTS, and it is probably every bit as capable as this car, if not more. But you can't get a Macan with 3 pedals. There's just you can't do it. It doesn't exist. And so this is so much better vehicle, and it's about the same price. What do you think of all that,
JP,
Lane? Sorry.
Go ahead, Lane.
Oh, I think it's rad. I love the factory racks too. That's great.
Yeah, right.
I think you're right though. BAT and some nicer photos. Like these photos do the job they're intended to do, but just a couple nice photos to splash up there and make me want to dream about owning this car. Maybe.
They're,
Put it over the top.
they're definitely Doug DeMuro quality photos. JP, I think that's a really good take, that if this were on BAT along with Lane Better Photos, that this car would be pushing 60 grand. The question I have for you is, do you think this car would have brought more money on PCAR Market?
I do. Actually, I think PCAR Market is also a better platform for anything Porsche, anything three pedals like this. Look, to give Cars and Bids some credit, they were kind of like their platform kind of started this Safari SUV craze when the platform was early. When in the first couple months, I remember they had a what was it, an X5 manual that someone had done up with the big knobby tires and the roof rack and all that kind of stuff. And that was like one of the first vehicles that was like, all right, at the time, an X5 with that kind of miles should have brought $3,000 or $4,000, maybe $5,000, and the thing brought 12, and that was almost 2 years ago, right? So then after that, myself included, started looking around going, hey, let's buy, like regular 6-cylinder manual Cayennes and put knobby tires on them and get, 20 grand for them. And it worked. Yeah. So now this doesn't have knobby tires or anything like that, but the idea of SUVs with 3 pedals, people forgot that they existed in this weird gap in the early aughts. And I think it's platforms like Cars and Bids that brought them back to a prominence. And then, of course, BAT picked up the ball and ran with it, and now everyone gets the most money there. Look, if you want to get the most money for your car, BAT tends to be the platform to be on. It's not 100%. That doesn't always work out, but it really seems to be the best bet in town. And the hack, if you want to get around that 2-month waiting period, is to pay them the extra money, give them the $350 or whatever to have their photographer come out and take the photos, and that usually bumps you up in the line from what we're seeing.
$2,000, JP.
$2,000 what?
$2,000 if you want to be a featured car. And they'll take the photos, the videos. You get the photo,
yeah, but there's a level step below that. If you just pay them the $350, that gets you in, because like our friend, well, I'm not going to name names, but we have a friend locally here that just did it with his SL55. It was like he was on in less than 2 weeks, and all he did was pay the $350. And honestly, the photos were terrible. Like, they weren't very good. I was like, this is professional photos. I'll take it if you can get on BAT in a couple of weeks instead of 2 months. So what do you think of that, Lane? The time that it takes to get on these dang things.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. I could see, I don't know that as fact, but it totally makes sense. And I know that, with the photos not being great, it's because they're just putting it out there to people local and being like, hey, you take photos? Okay, cool. You'll be one of our featured photographers, right?
Yeah,
so, it's best to really, that seems like the best way to go, though.
For sure.
Because I have heard stories of people, it takes forever to get on BAT, where people just don't have the time.
Yeah. All right, guys, what do you think? Did this Cayenne go for the most amount of money it could have? Did the Cars and Bids, did Doug DeMuro pull off a miracle, or did he leave money on the table? Put some comments in below and let us know what you think. And we will see you guys tomorrow with whatever the most interesting car of the day is tomorrow.
Get the word!